Dear students, my name is Jordan Simeonov, and in this video presentation I would like to give you basic information about the danger of poisoning by pesticides entering the human organism. This danger depends to a high degree on the routes of penetration. The physiological routes of entry include penetration by ingestion, by inhalation, and by dermal contact. The ingestion of pesticides could happen in two circumstances: either by accidental ingestion of pesticides in non-standard soft drinks, oil, wine, or so on, or by consumption of recently sprayed fruits or vegetables. The general recommendation and the list of the basic prerequisites in order to reduce the accidental and professional pesticides poisoning by ingestion are presented. The cases of happening of inhalation of pesticides, such as the penetration of fine powder preparations in the respiratory system, or by inhalation of aerosol drops during spraying of water preparations of pesticides, are presented also. The cases of lethal poisoning by inhalation of fumigants are discussed. The third in order of presentation, but of leading toxicological importance, is the dermal route of penetration of pesticides into a human body. The three main cases of local derm effects are skin irritating effect, sensory irritation effect, and skin sensitizing effect. This is the title page for presentations of the Erasmus project ToxOR Learning Toxicology through open educational resources. And now, let us go back on the topic and include some more detail. The poisoning by pesticides entering the human organism depends to a high degree on the routes of penetration. The conditions of pesticide application determines the patterns of penetrations in the organism. The physiological routes of pesticides entry rank in an ascending order as by ingestion, by inhalation, by dermal penetration. By ingestion, accidental ingestion, connected with the transfer of pesticides in non-standard bottles of soft drinks, oil, wine, or beer, and left at an accessible place in the farmer's home. Hence, children are often the victims in such circumstances. The similar mistake might occur at the working place. Acute poisoning with pesticides by ingestion occur also in cases of intentional suicides and murder. Second, by consumption of recently sprayed fruits or vegetables without observing the necessary waiting periods is the cause for single or group poisoning. Pesticides poisoning occurs when the ambient air carries a cloud of drops from a neighborhood plantation during pesticide spraying, most often performed by airplane. In such cases, the pesticide poisoning can be due both to consumption of sprayed fruits and vegetables and also to dermal penetration. Heavy poisoning can also happen when consuming vegetables from a glass greenhouse, when agricultural production is harvested earlier for the market. This is a photo of the clouds of drops created by airplane spraying. In order to reduce the accidental and professional pesticide poisoning by ingestion, the basic prerequisites are to observe hygienic requirements and norms, to keep the proper storage of pesticides, to follow strictly the rules and practices of pesticide application, to avoid meals at the places of preparation of pesticide solutions, to prohibit eating, drinking of water, and smoking during the application of pesticides. By inhalation, fine powder pesticide preparations or wettable powder enter the respiratory system at the time of transfer to other vessels in windy weather, and in case of dry treatment of seeds with powders. To highly toxic pesticides are sought in granules to reduce the dangers. During spraying with water solutions, The main part of the aerosol drops are of size greater than 5 microns. They settle in the nasal cavities and in the trachea, so the relative share of aerosols that reach the lungs is small. Without a protective mask, the penetration of pesticides in the body by inhalation is very easy. Danger from intake by the respiratory system exists when working in a direction opposite to the wind, when finding oneself in a cloud created by an airplane spraying, while working with pesticides in closed premises, by disinfection of seeds, stores for food and fodder, by spraying in glass houses, by cleaning spilled powder-like preparations. All the above described cases prove the obligatory use of respective mask and other equipment according to the instructions on the label of the preparation. By dermal penetration. Comparison of the inhalation route of penetration with the dermal route of penetration shows the leading importance of the dermal route. In some cases, the exposition through the skin is from 100 to 1000 times higher as compared to that through the respiratory system. The danger of penetration through a dermal contact is higher when the application is by hand sprayer in comparison to application by tractor or by airplanes. Local dermal effects of pesticides. These effects are dependent on the type of pesticide used in each particular case of application. The three main dermal effects are skin irritating effect, sensory irritation effect, and skin sensitizing effect. The skin irritating effect, high concentrations of herbicides or fungicides irritate the skin and the mucous membrane of the eyes and the respiratory tract. These changes occur in the first hours after careless application of the pesticide. Sensory irritation effect. In cases of careless preparation of working solutions of some insecticides of the group of synthetic pyrethroids during spraying in glass houses and stores without ventilation or spraying against the wind. The penetration into organism occurs and causes a feeling of skin burning and irritation around the eyes, the nose and the cheeks. Skin sensitizing effect. The chemical of some active ingredients is the reason for the formation of specific antibodies in the work's organism. Most often the antibodies are cellular, but in some cases serum and antibodies are also produced. A considerable part of the fungicides and insecticides are known as professional allergens. According to statistical data, 25 million people receive an incidental poisoning by pesticides worldwide every year, ranging from headache to death. At the end of the presentation is the closing page of the Toxover project, where you can see the logos of the participating educational institutions from 7 European countries.